Hello guys, how have you all been doing? Personally, I've been fine, and I was just seated here, just idling. Let me just say, I was just idling, and a thought came in mind. This is something I think we were mostly being told in our community when we were young. Can you? I don't know whether you can hear my background. Okay, it has stopped. Yeah, that. I don't know whether you can hear the power source. There are a lot of power source in my background noise. I don't know whether you can hear them or not. So apparently my eh? Pole, achana nayo, utatafuta ingine kesho. So apparently my farthest neighbor on my left side is cutting down trees. Okay, I don't know why they are doing that, but I've just remembered when we were young, we were being told that when you see a person in a village cutting trees, it means that they are broke and they need fast money. I don't know whether you get what I'm saying. Like, we were being told that trees can bring fast money when you are broke. So that's the narrative we are being told when we are young, that if you hear your neighbor or someone's compound has power source and all that, that they are not necessarily broke, but they need fast money because those guys who come. Yes, kuna ingine, hiyo ingine ni ya kesho. So because those guys who cut trees will come, cut the trees very fast, and then give you the money maybe for timber, for the tree trunks, and all that. So I was curious to know, is it the same thing in your community or at your place? Because then I'm like, trees is wealth. Maybe it's me, but if you have tree, you have wealth, according to me. And bearing in mind that for a tree to be yes. Hmm? Ingine imevunjika. Haya, hii ingine ni ya kesho. Sawa. Nataka kupewa leo ndio vunje tena. Sorry guys, my boy is here. He want eggshells. He's playing with eggshells. So as I was saying, according to me, I think tree is wealth, and bearing in mind that they take a lot of time to grow, maybe 10 to 15 years, so that you can get the timber. Hi, how are you? So I think, leta nikuweke maji, that's wealth, but I don't know how your community sees it. But now the problem with our area is that hakuna hiyo, hakuna hiyo, hakuna kitu ya kufunika. The problem with the people in our area, they cut the trees when they are so young that they don't even produce timber. Hakuna ingine, they don't give them time to grow. So I think that's why people used to say, if you see that your neighbor is cutting trees, it's most likely they need fast money, because some of them don't even consider whether the tree is has grown or not. And bearing in mind that even most people cook with firewood, you'll find people in the area cutting more trees just to get firewood. So no, I've not been in India. Oh, you're saying you have been in India, but for me, no. So I don't know whether it's the same case, but people are cutting so many trees in this area. Growing up, I knew this area to have a lot and a lot of trees, and nowadays most compounds don't have trees. And the most saddest thing is that they are cutting down trees and they are not planting others. So you'll see most of this place is bare, and then people are even what cutting the trees uh, they don't need to use. I don't know whether, because when I was young I could see people only to cut, used to cut tree when they really need timber. Nowadays you need firewood, you cut tree. So I think that's where the narrative came, because if you could see a tree being cut when somebody was building a house, and if that was not the case, people used to say that the neighbor is broke or they really need fast money. So I don't know whether that is where that narrative came from. Angela, hi. Angela, can you can tell me in your place or in your area, when you hear power source in the neighborhood, what would people think? I was just saying what people would think in our area, that that person need fast money or he or she is broke. I don't know whether that was true or not. So that was the most saddening thing. The most saddening thing is that people are cutting trees in this area and they are not planting trees. I don't know what's happening. Like you can hear in my background, there are a lot of power sources. You hear like in a week, you hear like 4 to 5 times there are power sources everywhere cutting down trees, and yet people are not planting others. So that was just a thought that came to me. Another thing that just as I was sitting here came into mind is how people are social in the countryside. How people are social in the countryside. You know, when I was living in town, I could even finish a week, a month without even seeing or speaking or talking to my neighbor. But that's different in the countryside. Acha tutakosana. That's so different in the countryside because every neighbor wants to be involved in your life. I don't know whether people that live in the countryside have experienced that, but for me, I really don't like people um, being involved in my life. I really don't like people interfering with my life. I've realized most people here, sorry to say, they don't have this thing of minding their own business. They are in your neighbor's business. There is this saying that I heard, that if you don't know what's happening in your life, ask your neighbor. And probably that might be true, because here in Ushago, oh my god, a neighbor can be knowing what's happening in your life, a detail of information that you didn't even know, or a detail you did not had an idea that is happening. There is a lot of rumors, and I think it's because most old people are in up country, so they don't have a lot to do during the day, or their day is not busy. So what they do most is going to the neighbors places and talk to them, gather unnecessary information, what you call motionnaire of sort. I don't know, but for me, that bothers. Ayachana nayo. That bothers me so much, because I'm not really used to neighbors bothering me, as in they want small talks, and there is not even anything specific you are talking about. They just want you to sit, you talk, and you're not talking. There is no particular thing you are talking about. I don't know whether people experience this or it's just the area that I'm living in. People just like to talk, or is it the norm in the countryside? Because in town, I was not experiencing such a thing. Everybody was busy minding their own business, but it's different here. In Ushago, people don't mind their own business. People will even come at your fence. You don't know them, you have never seen them, and then start asking you questions like, hey, when did you come here? Where did you come from? When did you and all that. Is it normal, or am I the one who is finding this kind of a thing weird? Because I don't know. I find it weird. I find as if people are not busy enough here, or they are not, how do I say it? Or has anybody else experienced such a thing? Just people, they are there and they are not minding their own business. But I think, as I was saying, it's because up country, most are old retired people that live there. So most of their days, they don't have busy days. So they just keep walking in the neighborhood, finding what's happening to the neighbors, uh, finding new information that they had not have before. But I don't know. Maybe you can tell me.